Imagine a city where the hum of gasoline engines is replaced by the quiet whir of electric motors, where the air smells of rain instead of exhaust, and where a simple taxi ride becomes a statement of national pride. This is no futuristic fantasy. It's the new reality in Bina Faso, a landlocked West African nation that has just rewritten the rules of urban mobility. On February 27, 2025, the streets of Ouagadougou, Bina Faso's bustling capital, welcomed a fleet of sleek, cobalt-blue electric taxis, marking the country's audacious leap into a future where sustainability and innovation are not just ideals, but everyday practice. This isn't merely a transportation upgrade. It's a revolution on wheels, one that could redefine what progress looks like across Africa. The story begins with Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Bina Faso's charismatic leader, whose name has become synonymous with bold, unapologetic vision. Since his ascent to power in 2022, Traoré has pursued a radical agenda, breaking free from colonial legacies, reclaiming economic sovereignty, and positioning Bina Faso as a beacon of African ingenuity. From nationalizing gold refineries to launching solar farms that stretch across the Sahel like fields of glass, Traoré's projects have consistently defied expectations. But the electric taxi initiative, dubbed Let's Go, might be his most transformative gambit yet. It's a project that blends cutting-edge technology with grassroots pragmatism, and its success, or failure, could set a precedent for the continent. At the heart of Let's Go is Patrick Paré, a homegrown entrepreneur whose name now peppers conversations from Accra to Addis Ababa. Paré, a wiry, fast-talking visionary with a degree in renewable energy from Ouagadougou University, spent years pitching his dream of electric mobility to skeptical investors. They'd laugh and say, "Focus on motorbikes. That's what Africans understand," he recalls. But Paré persisted, fueled by memories of his childhood in Ouagadougou, where smog from thousands of motorcycle taxis, known locally as zemijans, choked the air. "I wanted my daughter to grow up breathing clean air," he says, "and I knew Bina Faso had the talent to make it happen." Traoré's government provided the missing piece. In early 2024, Paré secured a partnership with the state, which pledged to subsidize charging infrastructure and streamline import taxes for electric vehicles, EVs. The collaboration was a masterstroke. Within months, Ouagadougou's first solar-powered charging stations began cropping up near markets and government buildings, their sleek designs a stark contrast to the cracked pavements and dusty storefronts. Meanwhile, Paré's team worked with Chinese automaker BYD to customize a fleet of 500 EVs, retrofitting them with extra suspension for Ouagadougou's potholed roads and adding Swahili language voice assistants for drivers. The launch event was pure theater. On a balmy February evening, Traoré and Paré stood side by side at a charging station in the city center, flanked by dancers in traditional Bogolanfini cloth and drummers whose rhythms echoed through the crowd. As Traoré cut a ribbon made of recycled plastic, the first Let's Go taxis rolled out, their silent engines a poignant counterpoint to the roaring motorcycles nearby. "Today, we declare independence from pollution," Traoré shouted, sparking cheers. Social media erupted. Clips of the taxis went viral, with hashtags like #GreenWaga and #BinaCharge trending across Africa. But what makes Let's Go more than a publicity stunt? For starters, the taxis are a technological marvel. Each vehicle boasts solar-reinforced batteries that provide 400 kilometers of range, enough to crisscross Ouagadougou for 2 days on a single charge. Passengers can stream music from local artists like Aicha Kone or check real-time air quality metrics on seatback tablets. The Let's Go app, designed by a team of Bina Faso coders, offers features even Uber would envy. Riders can pre-select drivers based on language, French, Bambara, or Fulfulde, Or opt for Her Ride, a women-driven service that's become a lifeline for female passengers wary of harassment. Affordability was non-negotiable. At 200 CFA francs, $0.33 per kilometer, Let's Go undercuts motorcycle taxis by 15%, a pricing strategy made possible by government subsidies and partnerships with local banks. We're not just targeting elites, Paré insists. A teacher, a nurse, a street vendor, this is for everyone. Early adopters like Mariam Diarra, a midwife who uses Let's Go for hospital runs, attest to its impact. Before, I'd arrive at work dizzy from fumes, she says. Now I step out feeling refreshed. It's like the city itself is breathing again. The project's ripple effects are staggering. Over 1,200 jobs have emerged. Not just drivers, but charging technicians, app moderators, and solar engineers. At Ouagadougou's Technical Institute, enrollment in EV maintenance courses has tripled. Even the arts are thriving. Paré commissioned local musicians to create playlists for rides, turning each taxi into a rolling celebration of Bina Faso's culture. When tourists hear Zainab's music in my car, they ask, "Who is this?" says driver Isa Kaulabali. I tell them, buy her album on the app. None of this erases the hurdles. Bina Faso, a nation of 22 million, remains one of the world's poorest, with 40% of its people living below the poverty line. Critics argue that Traoré's focus on flashy projects distracts from crises like food insecurity and jihadist violence in the north. An electric taxi won't stop a bullet, snipes opposition leader Umar Diallo. Even Let's Go faced teething pains, a 2-week strike by drivers demanding hazard pay, resolved after Paré raised wages by 10%, and a viral video of a taxi stuck in monsoon mud. Paré's team responded by adding off-road tires. Yet Traoré's allies see a deeper strategy. By reducing fuel imports, a $300 million annual drain, Let's Go strengthens Bina Faso's economic sovereignty, a pillar of Traoré's ideology. The project also aligns with global climate agendas, unlocking green financing from the EU and UAE. This isn't just about taxis, says Environment Minister Adiza Bamba. It's about reshaping our entire economy one solar panel, one EV at a time. The human stories are equally compelling. Take Adama Sanogo, a former Zemijan driver who swapped his motorcycle for a Let's Go taxi. I coughed black phlegm every night, he admits. Now I earn more, breathe better, and my kids call me a climate hero. Or Fatoumata Keita, a single mother who used her Let's Go earnings to start a shea butter cooperative. This taxi, she grins, is my university. Internationally, eyes are on Bina Faso. Delegations from Nigeria, Kenya, and Morocco have toured Ouagadougou's charging stations, while the African Development Bank hails Let's Go as a model for inclusive green growth. Even skeptics concede its symbolic power. Traoré's shown that African nations don't need to wait for the West to innovate, says Accra-based analyst Essie Mensah. They can lead and force the world to follow. For Traoré, the project is deeply personal. Growing up in a village without electricity, he'd study by kerosene lamp, vowing to bring light to his people. Let's Go, he says, is that promise fulfilled? Some call me a dreamer, he told the crowd at the launch. But look around. These taxis are dreams made metal. As the sun sets over Ouagadougou, the Let's Go taxis glide through the streets, their headlights cutting through the twilight. Passengers chat in hushed tones, amazed by the silence. A child points excitedly at a charging station's solar panels, asking, "Papa, is that magic?" Nearby, Patrick Paré watches from a sidewalk cafe, sipping Bissap juice. 5 years ago, this was a sketch on my laptop, he murmurs. Now, it's the soul of our city. The road ahead is long. Maintenance costs loom, and Traoré's political fortunes remain uncertain. But for now, Bina Faso has done the unthinkable, turned a taxi ride into a revolution, and as the world grapples with climate collapse, One thing is clear. This small, stubborn nation is steering us all toward a brighter horizon. What do you think? Can a fleet of electric taxis transform a nation's future? If Bina Faso's story inspired you, smash that like button and share this video with someone who believes in Africa's potential. Every view, every share, every comment amplifies these game-changing stories and proves that innovation isn't confined to Silicon Valley or Berlin. It's thriving right here on African soil. Subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video. We're just getting started. Next week, we're diving into Kenya's vertical forests, skyscrapers covered in trees that are fighting climate change while redefining urban design. You won't want to skip it. Drop a comment below. Could your city benefit from a revolution like Let's Go? Should leaders worldwide take notes from Captain Traoré's playbook? Let's debate. And to our members and subscribers, you're the heartbeat of this channel. Because of you, we're able to spotlight underreported triumphs like this one. If you're not part of the squad yet, join us. Click Join below to get exclusive perks and behind-the-scenes access to how stories like Bina Faso's come to life. Together, let's rewrite the narrative. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep believing in the unstoppable spirit of Africa.